the fourth wall.
Yo, welcome.
Hey!
Hey, the boys are back in town. The boys are back in town on a brand new episode of the AEW Dynamite recap. It is your boy, Neek, otherwise known as Nick LaRocco, joining you with my man, Caesar. Caesar, introduce yourself, buddy.
Hey. Just kidding. How's it going, guys? Let's discuss this thing we love to call pro wrestling. How about that main event? Holy crap.
Gosh, yeah. The main event of AEW's Dynamite. It was a fantastic, what do you even call that? Just pure magic between Will Ospreay defending his the International Championship
canceled.
against Rey Fenix. Yep, we lost the sponsorship. But yeah, this match, this was the best way to end the night, and especially too because we began the show and capped off the show with some AEW World Championship magic. But again, we're going to be talking about that shortly. Right now, though, we got to discuss Ospreay and Fenix.
Oh,
Caesar, my man, what did you think of that bout?
all I can say was I just literally pulled up a good cup of Joe and just sat there like, let's just see how this goes. And I was so happy to see there's no interference, no crazy stuff, nothing. There were a lot of sweet spots too. I mean, it's Rey Fenix. Of course, you're going to see some high flying stuff. If you didn't, I'd be a little bit terrified. But all in all, for, how long did they go? Like 5 minutes over? 10 minutes over?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Very start of the night, we had the announcement from Tony Schiavone that we're going to have about a 5 or 10 minute overrun.
It was a worth it match for an overrun. So,
oh, yeah.
Kudos.
No, for sure. Bro, listen, like when we had that spot where you got Ospreay, we had like an avalanche Frankensteiner from Phoenix. Ospreay lands on his feet, basically just a full flip two right before then. Lands on his feet like a cat. It was
someone in the truck's getting fired for that one.
And then too, follow that up with the satellite DDT, and then Phoenix himself is popped up back on his feet. Like that was crazy.
Both of them did that move. Do you know where the background music went to? Someone's asking.
Oh, the background.
Is someone in the truck getting fired tonight? I think so.
They can't keep getting away with it.
No, those two spots were honestly awesome because one guy would do it, and then I do it, and they would just both almost want to say like they posed for the crowd. Do you blame them? No. Was it awesome? Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see how they go forward. And then the finish. That was great.
Oh man, you had Will Ospreay standing up on the tippy top of the turnbuckle, looking over to Swerve Strickland and Prince Nana, who were watching this match,
staring a hole through him.
Yes,
like it reminds me of like those pictures you've seen, like an anime where like one's at the top of the hill and one's at the bottom, and he's just like staring a hole through him so much.
It's over. I have the high ground.
Yeah. Take it to another person because you're not going to win.
Yeah. So Will off the top, staring, pointing directly at Swerve Strickland with the Swerve Stomp.
Would you say it's the Ospreay Stomp? The Will Stomp?
Yeah, stomp. So the Will Stomp hits Phoenix, and then if that wasn't enough, Hidden Blade. Boom. 1, 2, 3. The champ retains. And we had the post-match stare down.
I got a question, actually, since we're discussing this. Did his Hidden Blade look a little different to you, or was it just me? If you're wondering, I can show the work if you didn't notice.
Show the work.
Okay, so you know how his Hidden Blade normally he goes flying at the person, clocks them, they're on the ground like this.
Yes.
It looked like he did like a safer version because you got the move and you got the sound, but it looks like his actual elbow didn't connect. It looks like the back, like his tricep or his like wow, I should know this. The side of his chest hit Rey in the head. I could be wrong. I was watching, but safety first, kids. Safety first. So it still pulled off. Match went well. The ending was amazing. But holy, the post-match interaction. That was something.
Oh, Yes. So the match at the very beginning, we opened up with Ospreay coming out, handing the signed contract to Swerve and Nana. The match at Forbidden Door is officially
Was that
on.
kind of a heel attitude he had towards him? You think?
Well, remember, Ospreay still himself is kind of heelish. He's still relatively associated with Don Callis.
No, but like the way that not Ospreay, sorry, the way that not Nana. Oh my God, Swerve, like he didn't grab it. He just did like the whole he just posed. Could that be like a slight heel attitude? Not like a turn, just like a heel attitude.
Hey, the way I see it is like Swerve and Ospreay are both like those middle ground tweeners, 100%.
Deadpool.
Exactly. And like Swerve literally broke into a guy's house and he was the one that was getting cheered,
I know. That's the ironic part is like you think it'd be the other way around. But
he brutalized an 18-year-old, and he was the one getting cheered. People love him. It's the same thing. Like you have so many wrestlers that will like break into each other's houses, and they're the ones that are getting cheered. I think it's that type of wrestling philosophy of wrestling logic.
Yeah. You look at it, you're like, he just destroyed someone's. Insert this here, and then everyone's like, but he can go. He can wrestle. It's like, okay, fine. He burned a house down. So,
yeah, order must pose. But no, so we had a stare down after the match. We had champion versus champion. You had Swerve Strickland coming into the ring with the AEW World Championship. Then you had Will, by gosh, Ospreay in there with his international title. And they were each holding the titles on their shoulders, going face to face. When Ospreay is told by Swerve that he can't hold both worlds, is another thing like Ospreay has been hearing about for the last several months of this run, be it online, be it in the ring by all these veterans. They keep telling him that style you do. You try to wrestle every single day. You try to wrestle everyone everywhere. You ain't gonna do it. And it felt like that was something Swerve was telling him. So then Ospreay was able to turn. Oh, I'm sorry. Take two on that one. Swerve turns around. Ospreay goes and grabs the title. 2 belts. Ospreay considering that he is going to have both worlds, both belts. Man, that was itself something. Swerve doesn't take that lightly.
No, he waited. He waited. You saw that.
He did. He waited. He turns around, right? And Swerve goes right up to Ospreay, yanks that title back, and just goes up to his ear just to say,
I'm Pookie.
Friends. No. You're lucky we're still friends. Because if there was anybody else, we'll put them in the grave.
You could just see all the memes where like or Swerve would walk up to him and be like, so how's the family doing?
I do.
Dude, did you take the cupcake and catering? Some shit like that.
But dude, what did you think of this?
No, that was hell.
That was great.
You could hear people in the crowd being like, "Oh my god." Do I agree with it? Oh hell yeah! It looked so cool. I mean, I feel bad for Justin Roberts every week having to say that exact speech. Like, you'd have to say like Ospreay 2 belts or something instead, but no, that Nana's face in the background. No, it's gonna be a hell of a match in, was it 2 weeks? Yeah, 2 weeks, right?
Forbidden Door.
19, 2 weeks at least, 2-ish.
Yeah.
Like 20-something days.
Yeah. Sunday, June 30th.
The question, I know exactly. I found out a minute ago the other day, my boss is like, "You're gonna work an early morning shift that day." I'm like, "When am I off?" She's like, 2 hours before the show. And I'm like, "Let's go!" So
perfect.
I'll tell you the story another time. But anyways, the question you got to ask: do you think Ospreay is going over at the pay-per-view? Right?
Yeah, because again, this can go 2 different ways. Because number one, look at that.
That's a goddamn thing of beauty.
That is, but then
his
when
miss
you
is
look at this guy though,
probably looking at it too. Yeah, you just I don't know what I think they should do. I know someone in the chat will probably swoop in and be like, "You're an idiot," or not. We'll see. What I'm thinking they might do is this pay-per-view, it'll be Swerve. Wembley will be Ospreay. That's what I think would happen.
No, I 100% agree. I think Wembley is the perfect place to set up a big rematch of that caliber. And if you want to give, a good victory and a great match at that at Forbidden Door, this is the way to do it. And especially, too, because again, Swerve is money. This guy is the company man. He is the perfect guy to send out there. He is the perfect guy to have all those different interviews on the radio. He is the perfect guy to have represent you with the different charities. But when I hear charities, again, I think of Ospreay and his donation to like Soft Ground Wrestling Uganda. He himself is another company man. These are both two of like fantastic competitors, world heavyweight champion caliber at that, who could easily have the company built around them. So,
I mean, technically, there's now two people who've made donations to Uganda Wrestling. I was going to say, I can't remember the name off the top of my head. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where this goes. And the way Tony's got to look at it is like, as you said it, you're not losing. It means some fans are going to be pissed off on which side you pick.
Right.
But everyone's going to be like, all right, put your cell phones on silent, take a break. And if you piss me off, I'm kicking you out of my life. And then just this. For the whole match. Because it's going to be something. But anyways, anything else we got to touch on?
Yeah, I mean, just looking at that match itself, it's going to be fantastic. I personally am picking for the Forbidden Door match between Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay. I think Swerve should 100% get that victory, get that first victory.
It makes the most sense, but again, it's going to piss off some actual fans who follow the product. The people who are on the outside are going to be like, oh, it should have been Ospreay. He's the bigger name. Yeah, shut up. Just watch the show and enjoy it. Go away.
Honestly, here's the big thing I'm going to say is, either direction you want to take it. Both of those guys, like I said, both of those guys can represent the company. You can build the whole division around them. And either way...
Isn't Ospreay, still pretty young, 30?
Oh, yeah.
So he's got,
he's about 30, 31.
Yeah, he's a baby. Swerve? I think Swerve's late 30s, I'm going to guess, because how he's talking about his career.
43.
20? What? 33?
33.
Okay, if he's a 23, it's shut up.
No, both these guys, early 30s. So both these guys still have a lot of mileage on them.
So Ospreay, Swerve's my age then. Holy shit. And he's a West Coaster too. Double win. Yes! Anywho.
Caesar's happy, and that's what makes us happy. But yeah, chat, let us know what you think. Who do you think is going to win at Forbidden Door? You think it's going to be Ospreay? You think it's going to be Strickland? Let us know.
I want to know who's taking sides for showing reasons, or someone's going to comment and be like, it should be this guy. He's going to come back in 6 months. Well, then we'll see in 6 months.
We'll see. And again, we said this off the air, but this episode of Dynamite, honestly, it just flowed. We started from 7 o'clock. It felt like it went super duper fast, because then all of a sudden I'm looking at the time and it's 9:30.
Yeah, you're like, hold the phone. Where the hell did the time go? It's bad that that episode flowed better than most of Monday night's episodes. And
I felt playing much.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I can criticize. I'm on both products.
I'm not.
Oh,
I don't gotta deal with it.
Yeah, no. I mean, there are parts of Raw that flow super well, but this one, it was like, you'd stand up, grab a drink of coffee, and you turn around and go, wait, hold the phone. What the hell did I just miss? Whereas Raw, you're like, I'm going to go use the washroom. I'll come back in 15 minutes. Right. But let's not tear into that one. Let's get back to the top of the show with our boy, the man who swears when he drives.
Exactly. So we ended the show with him, and we began. I love the way that AEW shows have been going full circle last several months.
That's how they should do it.
Exactly. And this was no exception.
Okay.
Whose house?
Our house.
Thank you.
You see that guy in the crowd with that Champ's House sign?
In this
Did you?
Or?
No, in the crowd. There was a guy tonight. He actually had a sign that said Champ's House.
I didn't. I actually didn't really notice any major signs.
That's why I was messaging you.
Signs, let us know. Oh, is that what you were doing? Okay, yeah. I was wondering about that.
Yeah, I just saw those signs and I was like, I mean, we can bring them up as we go, but we're not going to drop them at random. But yeah, there was a guy who had a sign. It was the Swerve logo, but it had Champ's house instead of Swerve's house. That is cool.
Yeah, shout out. Hey, you bring your signs. You got a cool sign. Hey, let us know about it.
Hey, make a DSR sign and bring it to the show. We won't get mad. We'll be happy.
Do it. Hey, and we have shared. People have done those. People have made DSR signs and brought them. So, hey, you want to bring a Dirt Sheet Radio sign? Let us know. We'll share it on our end.
Hey, what about some merch? How about that? Isn't there a place we can get some merch? I think there's a place.
That is absolutely possible. Make sure you go and check out comicbookclick.com/radio, capitalized DS and the R. That's who we are. Scroll to the very bottom. You'll see all the merch you want.
Specifically what you want, and your family wants, and your girlfriend wants, and your boyfriend, and your therapist. Even not your therapist.
You can go and take anything and everything, decorate your house with them, including decorate Swerve's house. Swerve, Strickland, and Prince Nana come out opening the show. Prince Nana really needs to get a better belt. But anyways, Swerve wants to go and talk a little bit about the World Championship that he will be defending against Ospreay. Unlike a few EVPs who themselves haven't really been defending their titles since they won them.
I love that he's doing that, where he's saying that. It just feels so needed. Because, like, when was the last time they had a tag match for the belts? When was the last Continental match?
Yep.
And then there's just Jack Perry. So,
unofficial beloved of the Elite. But speaking of which, out comes the Elite.
I gotta say, Okada looks awkward.
Like, I enjoyed Okada when he came out to say it was his house.
I just love how he's like, "It's my house, bitch." But like, what's with the belt holding? He looks.
What's wrong with the way he's holding the belt?
It looks like he's holding it awkwardly. That's what I'm getting at.
I look like he's holding on to that thing for dear life. Like, look at how intense his hand is. He had that grip on it.
He looks like a kid who bought a belt off of like shop AEW.com and like just pulled it out of the bag and just put it on his shoulder, and he's like, "Here's my baby." Like, he didn't even actually take it out to rep it like the Jacksons. Don't want to say it wrong. Don't want to get canceled.
Matthew and Nicholas.
Yeah, EVP. I still can't tell them apart. Is that bad? Who was talking? That was Nicholas talking, right? No, that was Matthew talking.
The one with the microphone here is Nicholas, and then Matthew is the one in the light blue.
Oh, it looks like someone's mom who just came out of like the 70s or 80s that necklace. We'll find out why in a second.
Yeah, so and I thought that joke was going to go in a completely other direction.
I was so waiting for it to go in a direction, but anyways.
Great on Swerve for not doing that and not taking it.
I think he was holding on, like he was ready to start dealing blows. You could hear it, and he's ready to do it.
He was withholding the fire. He was withholding the heat. But yeah, so EVP, the Elite come out. They say, hey, you know what? You want to say that we haven't been defending titles? Guess what? We are violent enough. So violent, in fact, that we will be taking on anyone and everyone who wants to fight us in AEW's most violent match, Blood and Guts.
I am excited.
Violent match. Well,
I don't know, man. After that last one they did, where everyone got pissed about the Jericho spot from like 2 years ago. Remember that? It was so stupid.
The blow up.
Yeah, where he fell off the top of the cage, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, he fell down! You hurt him!" Or he what was it? He landed on the crash pads.
Yeah, the crash pad. Yep.
Yeah, everyone was talking like he was such a big wuss for falling on crash pads. Let's see you fall off a 20-foot cage and survive on a flat floor.
A 50-plus-year-old man flying from the top of something that's what, like 15 feet in the air.
To give a subtle shout out to John, if you're a 50-year-old plus year old man who's known as the Learning Tree,
and we will
We'll
get to him in a little bit.
We'll get to him for sure. I actually have a question about that for you later. Yes, about that segment.
Okay, gotcha.
But anyways, back to this.
So the EVP, the Bucks, the Jackson 2 alongside Okada, and the scapegoat Jack friggin' Perry. They come out and they are discussing how they are going to be in the most violent match in AEW, Blood and Guts. But remember, Blood and Guts, that's 5-on-5. And if we see Numerically speaking, of course, there's only 4 of them. So these guys want to make an offer to Swerve. They know how violent Swerve can be. Swerve is their world heavyweight champion. So you know what? They're going to let bygones be bygones based on everything Swerve has been saying about them. They want to offer Swerve a spot as their 5th man. Who's the 5th man? Could it be Swerve? Well, the Jackson 2 want to offer a pair of their sold-out sneakers to him.
Jackson squared.
They are not in Swerve size, unfortunately.
Oh, FYI, they're not my size either, so I don't want a pair, especially not 9s.
None of those pairs.
Let's see.
You gotta get through the rapid fire of everything Swerve said to Matthew.
Oh,
and a pair of Young Bucks Reeboks.
Yeah.
Swerve doesn't wear a size 9.
Nope.
And he told Matthew, nobody wears pearl necklaces anymore.
Nope. I mean, this is Marge Simpson.
That's true. Third, Swerve is a businessman, and he will do his own stuff.
Four,
he's a philanthropist. So Nana takes those shoes and throws them back over to the audience. I am so happy, too, that the 2 guys who caught those shoes, they did a little bump with them, too.
How could you not? You'd be an asshole if you didn't.
Exactly.
My question is, did they keep one each, or did they give both to one of the 2 of them? I wonder.
I feel like they should have ran out and gave them each equal part, but either way, you got a collectible that was thrown to you by Nana that was on the foot of Matthew Jackson.
Does that count as game worn? Maybe? I don't know.
We'll say.
Okay.
We'll say it does.
Yeah, just for the technicality.
Just for the technicality.
Also, okay.
Yes.
One question I got about this, since he is our interim EVP, and we have to address him by his name, Christopher Daniels.
We'll get to CD shortly, but
it's in this segment. It's involved in this segment. Do you think he needs like a bigger pop for his theme so everyone hears it?
Yeah,
because his came out and I was just like, da da da. Oh, hey, it's Christopher. It's
like at first I was just like, who? Adam Pearce?
Sorry, yeah. Oh,
but Adam Pearce.
Find out on Raw.
Exactly. Go check out the Monday night show featuring Caesar and friends.
I don't have friends.
Am I just a joke to you? Am I affecting your imagination? But yeah,
you missed that joke. But anyways,
the EVPs, they go and tell Sir Swerve that he was just bitten by the injury bug. As they are getting ready to fight, Swerve gets himself ready, and then in comes the save. The Acclaimed and Daddy Ass Billy Gunn run in.
I was surprised it was them, but I was happy it was them.
I understand, because remember last week, too, they cut them off from their segment because they started to kind of rap against the EVPs.
Yep.
So we do have some precedent there.
Okay, so if we've got, let's just say tomorrow was Blood and Guts, okay?
Yes.
We've got Team Elite, and we've got Team AEW again. Now the question would be: is who the 5th on both sides? I wonder.
Who's the 5th man? Honestly, yes.
Would we see possibly returning Hangman?
That's what I was thinking. He would fit in perfectly with the EVPs because remember, when they let Kenny Omega go from the Elite, they were still maintaining good, friendly relations with the Hangman, saying, sorry, it's just business. That's how we've got to do this. And remember, too, Hangman and Swerve are going to be perpetual rivals. They're going to be like the Austin and Rock of AEW. I'm already calling that one.
Let's go for that.
Calling my shot there. So there's again a lot of background or precedence to that aspect of it. As for who the 5th man is going to be for the other side, if you're going to have the Acclaimed, Billy Gunn, and Swerve Strickland, that's a tough one. I don't know.
Chat, let us know what you think. I'm kind of prepared too.
Chat, who's going to be
MJF? Maybe.
Possibility.
Because he hates all of them.
My mind right now is going to. And this might be too obvious, but having Christian Cage join the Elite, Hangman comes back as the surprise 5th guy to team alongside Swerve and then betrays them, a la Kurt Hennig.
Oh, I was going to say, your idea is good for Team Elite. I was going to say Darby for Team AEW.
I'd respect that. That would make perfect sense.
I mean, he is a psycho in the ring for that shit. But
Wrong with you?
let's get back to the show, shall we? Instead of us going on a 30-minute rant.
Our
Let's
choice,
see.
I guess we could throw out there Christopher Daniels, CD.
It's weird seeing him with a full like you. Like he has a full thing of hair now. It's like we've fallen into like a different dimension. This is Daniels Christopherson. Or Daniel Christopherson.
Daniels
Wait,
Christopherson. There we go.
That's so much to say. Ow. What did he say when he came out? Let's see. Oh yes, a TNT champion or qualifier.
Yes. So we have
That caught me off guard.
Yes. So everyone that was in that big fight was told to get to the back, except for one, except for the scapegoat, Jack Perry.
Not to cut you off, but I feel like next time Christopher Daniels should just come sprinting to the ring with like a steel bat and be like, "Get out, get out!"
You just go over to the air horn and just go like,
yeah, he needs to be an asshole like that. Like not like be an asshole to people, but just be like, listen, guys, you piss off over there, you piss off over there. I gotta make some news here or announcements. There we go. Because he's a not GM, he's an EVP. He's Daniels Christopherson. So
yeah, Christopherson, exactly. So we already have two men that have qualified for the AEW TNT Championship ladder match at Forbidden Door. Mark Briscoe, Konosuke, Takeshita.
What did someone else call him tonight? Konosuke? I heard someone say his name wrong tonight, but I didn't see who it was, and I'm bummed about that. But no, this match, Jack Perry seemed really pissed about it.
Exactly. Jack Perry taking on the legend himself, Dustin Rhodes.
The Natural.
The Natural. They call him the Natural.
Yeah, they call him the Natural.
This dude really was just taking a beating, but he just kept on coming.
I feel like
I absolutely love and respect this guy.
I just love when he goes into like his bag of like classic Rhodes moves and throws down with them. Those are always really cool to see.
Dude, like, you notice too, he was throwing out the fundamental wrestling moves. We're talking body slam, scoop slam, power slam, like anything and everything.
Yeah, he just went for it. I'm still trying to figure out how he got busted open. I might have missed that.
Look at that. Like, that was absolutely brutal.
Did I miss that? Like, how did he get busted? I'm trying to figure that out.
I think he got spiked. I think it was the turnbuckle pad.
Okay, that would make more sense then. Because yeah, I didn't see anything up until that. I mean, I did see, but I didn't see like the.
No, you know what it was? It was Jack Perry throwing into the ring post.
Okay.
Like right before the first commercial break into the match. And
Picture in picture.
And they're like, holy crap! Like Dustin was flesh and blood.
Dude, he must. I don't know how he's still going so strong at this age. I mean, he does like a couple matches here and there, but like if you put it on the scale of like our age group, like 2 or 3 matches a year to him is probably like 40 a year for us, maybe, or 20.
Like,
so
bro, like, the guy started wrestling in like the late 80s and he's still going strong. That is crazy. He's 60.
Can we just give him like a title run? Give him one title run and then call it quits?
Yeah. Do like this thing. Give him a thank you run. Like, he deserves it. He has been such a vital part, not just of AEW, but of professional wrestling.
He needs to have pyros in his entrance when he's champion. Like obnoxious asshole, like deafening entrance pyros.
Dude, what did you think of this blood fest? That was match?
I think Dustin really made Jack actually work for the win. I mean, yeah, Jack won, got to go forward, but it served the purpose. It gave Jack was like 15 minutes, 10 minutes.
Yeah,
it wasn't super long. It gave him the match, and I mean, there were a couple of, shall we say, shots that didn't get spotted by Ospreay. But yeah, I'm curious to see where this goes after. Because I was thinking if Dustin had won this, I felt like he would have, or not Dustin, if Jack Perry lost to Dustin, that Jack Perry would have kept screwing over Dustin going forward. But it didn't take that route. So yeah, we'll see how it goes going forward, especially with the elite in his corner in this tournament.
Yes. Well, like you said, Jack Perry, he won the match. He was wiping the blood.
You know what that smile is for, right?
All over himself. What?
You know that smile is because he's like he gets to hook up with Anna Jane. We don't.
That smile, that dang smile. But yes, Jack Perry makes a cross on his chest, using Dustin's own blood, gives himself a little bit of a crown on his face. This dude, he was healing it up, and I was really appreciating it. He also looks a little bit like Hyde from that 70s show, but that's something else. I thought that this match was everything that it needed to be.
Yeah.
And it was so crazy to see Dustin come out. He's got half his face is red face paint, the other half is his red blood.
One of these days, when he has a match, he should just come out like, dare we say, in like a throwback to his 80s fit. That would be pretty sweet.
Why not? But yeah, so Jack Perry gets the victory on this match. I've seen a lot of people. Exactly. There you did. A lot of people were talking about it. This could have theoretically been Dustin's last match. Caesar, do you think this was his last match? And if so, did he go out with a bang?
I think this is his last match. But I think he's got some more time. Like I said, he might do like a couple matches here and there, but it won't be like 20 matches in 6 months. It'll be like 4 matches in a year. And then Tony will be like, do you want more matches? Do you want to keep doing stuff? And then if he is done, he'll go to like producer role or something, because he's not done. He'll be on screen done. Hell, make him an announcer. Maybe make him like a manager for somebody. Make him a coach. He's got something to show still.
Right. No, he'd be perfect in that role. Well, we followed this up with, unless you had anything else to throw out there with the match.
No, that match did it with its purpose, and I was just like, cool, let's just run it. What I was excited about was the next segment, though. Why? Because everyone was on, like, well, not everyone, a certain person was on the ball, but it was the, if I'm not mistaken, the Renee Paquette, or Renee Young. Oh my God. Renee Paquette. Oh my God. I'm having like, I drank coffee. I'm a little bit more awake now. Didn't do as much crazy BS, but so we had Kyle O'Reilly, Mark Briscoe, OC, doing
it's scary.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up?
Yeah, they did their interview. Now, I just love how Renee actually says, she's like, you guys 2 days ago or a few days ago were opponents on Collision, and Kyle just jumps in and he's like, yeah, but we're pros and we'll get past it. And like, he had his big like heartfelt speech, and then Mark's like, excuse me, and he just like the most Canadian act of like interviewing, and then he just goes off about all sorts of shit. And Kyle's like, Kyle's just like off the screen.
What was it? He said some word too that wasn't the correct way, and KOR is just like,
no, it was that was it. Yeah, he said Konosuke's name wrong. He had Konosuke. That's what it was. One of the things, at least. But it was just entertaining because, like, I was like thinking to myself, what he's on, I want a couple of whatever he's on, because Mark's just he's just going for it. It was a good promo, especially.
Absolutely. And we went on to the next segment. Roosh took on the one, the only, Dion Russman.
He's supposed to say Roosh. They called him Rooshman by accident like 20 times in that match.
They looked so much alike, too.
I know, it was kind of scary.
Like, it looked like a mini Roosh almost. And he was not that much smaller than Roosh either.
Yeah, he was basically like maybe like an inch shorter, maybe.
Yeah, like probably like an inch shorter, like all around stat wise.
Yeah, I'm sorry to say this, but we all knew that he wasn't going to lose.
No,
there you go, Mac. You got your quality and your quantity. Perfect.
Celtics win and Nick content. Boom.
I know, I'm not a basketball guy, but I know teams.
A little sports ball.
But what happened after the match is the question.
There was no teams here because Roosh just goes to the outside of the ring, grabs that microphone, and he is stepping on Dion's neck, and that looked brutal.
He was talking shit about you guys, so not us, just you guys.
The Canadians got to be safe there, but it was the Americans Roosh was targeting. And I can't believe it, as calling Roosman a typical weak American, throws him in the corners, getting ready to literally murder a man. And all of a sudden, out comes the save. MJ freaking F is the one that makes the save. MJF making a save? What is this?
So, do we still keep him in the same category as before? That he's the scumbag, like the anti-hero?
Anti-hero is definitely the way I'd say.
Okay, because he's not heel, he's not face, he's just an asshole.
Sports.
No, it's Go Sports.
But yeah, like MJF and Roosh. I wish Roosh would have had a more quality opponent to destroy, but I understand why they did this, just to set up for that segment, that brawl, because they went everywhere. They were in the ringside area. They went into the crowd. Like, it was great. And even going into the backstage area, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you look at the left side, is that Glacier holding Roosh back?
I believe so. There's Nick Camarado, I think that's him, and then you got Daddy Magic, you got MJF, Bryce Remsburg, Rick Knox.
Cole Cabana.
Where? Oh, there he is.
Far right.
Yeah, no, I derped.
Who's the mustard man? I saw him with Camarado.
It's Ethan Page.
Uh-huh.
That's not. I don't know. It looks familiar. Maybe he's like one of like Nick Camarado's like indies buddies, possibly.
Chat, remind us who the man in the mustard shirt, the cowboy hat is. But yeah, these guys fought everywhere throughout the arena. It was great. It was adding that bit of intensity that this feud really needs and that you would expect from these two guys. Any final words there, Caesar, on that?
No, I'm just curious to see how the if you guys missed it, next week we'll have that match with the two of them. But commercial free for the first hour.
Exactly. First hour was announced commercial free next
5-minute match.
I get to the rest of the stuff. Get the rest of the segments out there now.
It'll be, what is it? It'll be like you and John always say it's like it'll be like the gauntlet match where they'll like have like 30 participants and the match will end at like the first guy's entrance. It's like
gauntlet number 1 and 2, boom, that's it. Everyone's like, what?
I was told I'd be number 4. Nah, screw it. Here's your check, go home.
Which, speaking of the last one, it was interesting because commentary kept saying there's supposed to be 21 men in this.
Did we have a list for that?
And Roderick was saying that even though he was technically going to be number 10 in there, he was saying that he was supposed to be the final man.
Whatever. Shut up, Roddy. You're lucky you actually have a faction that actually people remember.
I mean, hey, speaking of Roddy and speaking of factions, we had the next match. Konosuke Takeshita, Kyle Fletcher.
Konosuke!
Kyle Fletcher. And Roddy taking on KOR, Briscoe, and Orange Cassidy. Honestly, this was a banger of a match. What did you think?
This is one of those matches where, like, you see the names on paper and you look at it. You kind of think about it. Like, you're like, okay, this is going to be something. And then as soon as they're in the ring, shit just goes everywhere. So it was good. It served its purpose. It got us through the show.
Yeah.
It wasn't one of those, like, all right, guys, matches where, like, you're looking at your watch, you look at your phone going, it was one of those, all right, let's see where this goes. But, like, the fact was, like, the start of the match, OC tagged in Kyle, and then Roddy, or not Kyle, yeah, Kyle, and then Roddy tagged in Konosuke. So that was such a dick move because he's like, thank you. And then he climbs in the ring and it's like, oh. But yeah, was it like a 15-minute match at least? Something like that. There was a few pictures.
Yeah, it was nice to be able to see another great showcase for all of these guys, and especially Fletcher, because honestly, like, where has he been? I don't even think he's really been defending the title in Ring of Honor. I wouldn't know. I have no idea.
What I think this might be the case is, what if they're keeping him like in like a, I don't want to say they're keeping him on the bench, because when the time is right, I feel like they want to put like United Empire AEW together, or Aussie Open and Will Ospreay, because Mark Davis is still off TV if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So Davis still hurt. I believe it was that he broke his wrist. Well, before when they got signed, Tony had paid for his previous surgery. Yeah. And then now it's possibly wrist. I have no idea. Yeah, because it was like one side on one break like down below and then another like up above, something like that. Next week it's I broke my finger.
No, he can't keep getting away with it.
What happened?
Oh man. Konosuke, or as they called him, Konosuke.
Konosuke.
Fletch and Roddy got the victory. A pile driver from Fletch onto Briscoe. That was pretty awesome. I'd love to see Fletch go into the ladder match. Just any type of showcase for Kyle Fletcher, that was great.
I just love when Kyle does certain moves. He screams like he's being murdered. Or sorry, unalived. Oops.
All right, well, monetization's gone.
Yeah, canceled. But you notice that? He does certain moves and he just screams bloody murder as he's doing it.
He's got that like Dragon Ball Z intensity where the louder you scream, the more impact you're going to get.
Funny as hell, though. Because like, you think someone's like you're in another room, you like turn the corner, like, what was that? And it's just Kyle Fletcher doing like Kyle Fletcher things.
Going with the Kaioken. Kaio what?
Yeah.
Yeah. After the match, Beretta comes out, and Beretta, who's now a member of the Don Callis family, to attack Orange Cassidy. And as our heroes are getting attacked, we hear the music of Willow Nightingale.
Yeah, that seems like a screw up. I hope.
Oh, that was everything it was supposed to be, because getting thrown through the curtain was Willow Nightingale, attacked by one Chris Statlander.
I think I say Stooley.
Stooley was wild because Stooley was taking pictures like this, and of course this one that was on Twitter.
Yeah, I saw that too. I can't stand his voice, but that's probably because it's part of his character. Well, let's see.
He is given messages to her and anyone else that the next time that she tries to get into the Willow, I'm talking about, that Willow Nightingale tries to get into the business of Stat and Stooley, they're going to take it to the ER, not through the stage. So that whole segment was fire for the heels. Heels were getting everything. I'm glad Fletch got a victory. Roddy needed something. Takeshita needed something. A couple of these guys were going to be involved in the ladder match at the Forbidden Door. And another thing that they announced was going to be the winner of Dante Martin and Lee Moriarty will also qualify for the ladder match.
I kind of want it to be Dante. Is that on Rampage?
I believe so, yes. And
yeah,
Dante just needs ladder match redemption.
If I had to choose Dante, to be honest, like nothing against Lee Moriarty, but what the frig is Taiga style?
I am such a big fan of Moriarty, but in a ladder match, like the one who's going to do the most with the ladders is Dante.
Dante's going to like, I don't even know how to explain it. If you've seen Dante matches, you know he's a monster with ladders. So
absolutely. It's going to still be the same Dante though when the time comes after healing from that ankle injury from that one tables, ladders, chairs match that he was in at our Ring of Honor. That was the one.
I remember that one. That was intense.
That was brutal. So I could see him wanting redemption from that.
Oh, do you blame him? Especially with a chance to score a title?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm just going to say it now. And chat, Mac, Tony, whoever's watching, you know that match, that ladder match, a young talent is leaving with the belt in that match. I don't know who. It's just my prediction. Making it right now. As the interim adult of DSR, okay? That's what I'm saying on June 30th, live on pay-per-view. Just get it out there.
Throw it in there.
Back to Neek.
All right. Well, as for that, we went over to the next segment where Renee Paquette was interviewing Rey Fenix and was told
was that technically an interview? Because she was kind of just standing in front of him.
It was really her just kind of talking, and that was about it.
Yeah, I know.
Rey Fenix is good, and he's there to let us know later on in that main event that we just talked about at the start of the program. So if you are just joining us, make sure you go and check out the main event that we talked about at the very start of the show. Looking at that, afterwards, CD Christopher Daniels.
Oh, Daniel Christopherson.
Daniel Christopherson was talking about the Elite going to be in their title defense era because the Young Bucks, the Jackson 2, the EVPs, whatever you want to call them, they will be defending their titles to the winner of whoever defeats them in eliminator matches. Same thing with Okada. So we're going to be seeing a lot of eliminators. And the Elite are not allowed to have any seconds at ringside, as CD was saying.
Did they announce the Continental Classic? Our Continental Champion eliminator opponent? I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think they were just talking about what they're going to do with the titles.
The Young Bucks versus Acclaimed for the eliminator, but not the Continental. So
probably saving that one. Which hopefully too, it's going to be a banger. Which
she was all messed up.
It's Okada. But my favorite, or one of my favorite things at least that has been going on, has been Hook and Samoa Joe, as they are just talking casually before they rush in and attack somebody.
I think you missed something.
What? I missed something?
The New Japan promo. I think you might have missed that one.
I have that written down. Caesar, take it.
Okay, so you guys know in like 2 weeks, it's the pay-per-view Forbidden Door, and people are going to start crossing through. One of them so far is Mina Shirakawa. Everyone at DSR is a fan of Mina. If you know, you know. The other person that has been debuting, or not debuting, stepping up, is one Shingo Takagi. Oh, holy shit. I saw this pop up, and I was like, this man does know how to go at the Forbidden Door. So,
yes. This guy is going to be competing. Remember, he's going to be competing in the Owen Hart tournament.
But I hope he's going to be at Forbidden Door as well, because he's done pretty good usually at those shows. Pre-show or not. So,
yes, I almost forgot about that. Thank you so much, Caesar. Yes.
This is why I write down notes in my Game Boy.
The Game Boy. I even wrote this down on the Facebook page. But yeah, Shingo Takagi, like, think of him in the tournament. I just would love.
I just want to see him go. I don't even care if he wins. Just let him go 20 minutes. Let him duke it out.
I'm thinking of the potential of like Shingo and Danielson in an AEW ring.
Ooh.
Yes. That's fire.
Yeah, we're just gonna put that in the idea bin over here.
Let's get that all set up and ready to go. I don't know if I have any pictures of the bout that took place afterwards, but it was pretty quick. Hook and Samoa Joe,
pretty much just a filler, I'd say. Yeah,
they ran up doing the same thing that they did on Collision, where they were just talking beforehand while good old Shibata was recording it. And I love it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that little thing between them. I think it gave a lot more personality to Hook, and I think Hook's got a lot to gain from Samoa Joe.
We got a question from Tony. I'm reading it right now. He's like saying, "Isn't there some Dollar General Mick Foley on the show sometime?"
What?
I'm gonna guess he's referring to Nick Camarado.
Camarado? Oh, yeah, we'll get to him
later in the show, but I think he's who he's referring to is Nick Camarado without a beard.
That was interesting. And the mustard man with the cowboy hat was back in Camarado. And they didn't mention who that was.
Maybe he's not actually there. Maybe if we go back to the video, he was never there.
Oh, because we took our schizophrenia medication and he vanished.
What?
Yeah, so Hook and Samoa Joe win submission. Okay. Hook gets the red rum onto Ari Daivari.
Now, my question to you is, how do you feel about this? Like, truthfully.
Honestly, I love that this is giving a little bit more personality to Hook. I just love the casual conversation of Joe and Hook going into this like it's just another day at the office, and it's just like, boom, take care of business. Shibata, same thing. This gives something for all three of them to do, and I really love and appreciate it.
I commented on the AEW Twitter, and I was like, I don't know what this is, but I like it. It's so bizarre. But that's what we need, is like, we don't want the basic, okay, big entrance, comes to the ring, does a match, goes home. No, we want those moments where it's like, what is this?
No, exactly. Dude, like, it is basically what has been missing from Hook's presentation the whole time. All right, we're losing Caesar. It is just me now. But yeah, it is literally just giving some presentation for Hook. It is giving Samoa Joe something to work with. And I love Joe, and I love any excuse to have Joe on my TV. And, of course, the wrestler, Katsuyori Shibata, being able to have more fun. And if you watched on Collision, Shibata was able to go and take that little voice recording he's got and have it read out. Loved it. Shibata looking great in his, was it lime green shoes that he came out while he had the camcorder? Yeah, Shibata, I think, was just the icing on the cake. After this, Stephanie Vacour cuts a promo on Mercedes Moné, calling her out for ignorance. And speaking of the TBS champion, Mercedes Mone. Yeah, Cesar came back at the right time.
I heard there's a new version of her theme. Hey, did you hear about it?
New version of the theme song?
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually new words and everything for it too.
Was there?
They changed it from They changed it from CEO to CE. Nope.
CE. Nope.
CE changed the channel, but anyways, let's go into this. What happened? What were we talking about?
We just got right into it. So Mercedes Mone took on. I have the worst time trying to pronounce her name, and everyone else on commentary did too. The Zeuxis.
I was gonna call her the name John called her, but I think.
What did John call her?
No, I'm not saying it's the spicy Latina with big personality.
All right, well, that was. All right, John, impacting the show as we do. John, get well soon. We miss you.
He's actually avoiding all our calls, guys.
Can't keep away with it.
No, seriously, though, get ready. Get better, buddy.
Yeah, we love you, John. I know you're watching.
I don't care if it takes a week or two. Just get better.
John, kick ass.
Neat can push start. Oh, I got it right this time.
Hey! But speaking of kicking ass, Zeuxis, she was just like obliterating Renee in this match.
She did my favorite thing in that match. Want to take a guess? Anything. Take a guess. Come on. You know everything?
Mercedes.
Huh?
Beating up Mercedes.
Okay, two of my favorite things.
That was the other favorite thing.
You think this is going to be some inappropriate lingo? No.
Tearing up the sign?
Yes!
Dude, she kept tearing up signs. Did you see that?
As soon as I saw that, I was just like, guys, I'm in love.
She did it like again and again. Like she kept doing it to people in the front row.
Can someone just like post on the Dirt Sheet Radio page just a video of her just ripping up signs? You're my favorite person if you can do it for me. I don't even care if it's like 30 seconds long, just ripping up signs. Thank you. That's all I gotta say. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, CEO was just getting obliterated by Zeuxis, and at the very end,
Tony.
All right, I'm not even gonna pop that one up on screen. We're just gonna go over through the ending.
I'll respond this one time only, and we'll talk about the match. If you don't like it, you don't like it. You like it, you like it. But we're not affiliated with her, so it's her own outfit. That's all I gotta say. The match itself, my brain hurt for one legitimate reason. I told you about this in the chat. I'll tell the viewers right now. The speech that Excalibur gave, that was this huge speech. Like, my brain hurt from that. If she loses this match, this is gonna happen. If this happens at CMLL, if this happens, I'm like, Excalibur, slow down.
Come on.
Slow your roll.
Dude, he was even starting to get ahead of himself, too.
I was watching and I was like, I couldn't even process the stuff he was saying. Yeah. I will say this in regards to that match. There were times it seemed like it was a little bit shaky. Like it was like, all right, ready? I'm gonna hit this move, and then it would do it, almost a la WWE. And it kind of sucks because we don't want that. If she's gonna be taken seriously as a, what should we say, wrestler or superstar on this side? Wrestler, right?
Wrestler, yeah.
Then she can't be doing those kind of things. And for the love of God, stop the stupid bouncy whatever she does whenever she wrestles or she goes to the ring.
Hey, now that was iconic when she was doing it with Ospreay in that behind the scenes video.
Yeah, but everyone was talking more about Ospreay than her. Seriously.
How could you not? But yeah, dude, that match it ended with Mercedes finally getting a semblance of offense in there, and she retains the TBS Championship title.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get into it and be all cranky and bitchy.
Following that, had the lovely highlight reel that was about Mina Shirakawa going over her relationship with Mariah May and Rose Gold, and we followed that up with, speaking of Mariah May. I
was just watching when she was talking. I don't know what the hell she would. I just saw her show up and doing the video, and I was just like, "Yep, let's watch this."
Timeless Tony Storm was getting bad news after bad news here. Mariah May alerting her that Tony Storm will be having a contract signing for her match with Mina Shirakawa, and she also has a match on Rampage
with Alex Windsor, if I'm not mistaken.
Alex Windsor, yes, you're right.
Yeah.
And she was informed about that by Renee Paquette. Tony Storm not having the time of her life. But you know who was having the time of their life, Caesar?
Who's that?
The audience, because they were sitting under the learning tree.
No, do it properly. The learning tree.
The learning tree. As Chris Jericho, the learning tree himself, joins the Giant Redwood and the Bad Apple, going to invite the private party into becoming, remember, they wanted to be the public party.
Yeah.
The Jericho Vortex. Remember, he had to thank you as well for all of his branches of the learning tree. He's got new merch that was just recently available 15 minutes prior.
I'm seeing it now because of his background, not like the audience background, but his cultural background. I got a feeling Chris is going to eventually release a hockey jersey with the logo learning tree on it.
Absolutely has to. And when he does, are you going to purchase that?
Hell no. My list of as a Canadian, my list of hockey jerseys is like this right now, still going. Like I'm missing like 7 of them still.
You're not gonna have the learning tree jersey.
I mean, it's come out like a special edition maybe or some crap. But
that's right.
Back to this segment.
Yes, back to the segment. Of course, we had a shout out to our boy Cheesecake.
Cheesecake.
The public party. Public party goes into the ring. Jericho lets them know they can be a part of the learning tree.
Ooh, I actually have a question since you are a massive bounty hunter Brian Keith fan.
Yes.
Do you think he should adapt the dress code?
I am going to say yes and no. I like that he's kind of separate from them because he's got much more intensity than the smiles and the love that the Redwood and the Learning Tree provide. And at the same time, I did like it when he originally came out with them, and not only did he have that hat with the snake on it, but he also was dressed like nicely, but as like a Western would. So I really appreciate
that's what I'm saying.
that.
Like if they could incorporate his style plus the jacket, you think he should do it?
Yeah, if they can maintain like the Western side of it, I think that'd be fun.
Oh, they could probably easily do it.
I think they wanted him ready to go for when he was sent flying. So I think that might be the reason we didn't see him in that this time around.
Ooh, but what did we see in this moment?
But what we did see was a showcase of Y2J letting the public party know exactly what they can have.
I thought he was going to slip and like hurt himself in this segment.
Dude, I was worried about that too.
I was like, wait for it. But then what happened is the real thing. What did happen, Nick?
So Chris Jericho made sure to let everyone know that he was besties with Owen Hart because he trained in the Hart Dungeon. So he climbs 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, and 4. He is up on the top of the turnbuckle in the corner. However, the public party, they let them know, hey, thank you for teaching us that lesson. 1 for 1, we'll show you a lesson.
Skip.
They tripped him on the turnbuckles, man.
I thought he was gonna like fall down too.
Dude, I was convinced he was gonna slip. No way, because he wasn't even grabbing on too. He's still holding the microphone when he was doing it.
Well, he's a rock star, and he knows how to do that kind of wacky shit too.
Oh my gosh! So I am legitimately impressed with Chris Jericho on that one, but he landed sternum first on the ring post or on the apron. Not the apron. I am losing my mind there on the turnbuckle. The Giant Redwood had his back turned. Bounty Hunter gets sent outside. Redwood turns around. Public party lets Redwood fly over the top rope. Dude, private party. They shut down. They're no longer public. They're a private party yet again. They are taking down the Learning Tree, the Redwood, the Bad Apple. All of them sent to the outside. None of them can do anything. This was a great showcase for private party, who really have deserved a lot more. Because so much of it has been one of them being injured. So much of it has been them as jobbers. Gone were the days of private party's victory over the Young Bucks early on in Dynamite's history.
Yeah, or they'd be like, when he was part of the Hardys, that was the other part he was doing too, just there. Also, quick point out, Mark Quinn's shooting star press. That was, whew.
Oh yeah.
Picture perfect. Just, you look up, you're like, damn. So it was awesome. Good job on his part.
Exactly. After that, we were going to have a promo with the Bang Bang Gang. But we're going to be saving that for a little bit because we have to go and quickly get through a jobber match because I don't really want this to be the final segment that we talk about for the show.
Oh, no.
Red Death, Daniel Garcia takes on the returning Nick Camarado.
With Mustard Man.
yeah, with the mysterious mustard man. Chat, if you know who that was, please let us.
Was he actually there, you guys? Or are we just really tripping out? Let us know in the comments.
Did we just forget to take our schizophrenia medication?
I took too much.
Maybe the real man in the cowboy hat and the mustard shirt were just the friends that we made along the way.
What if it's Curious George's owner?
Oh, I love that.
I just thought about that one.
So I got a little interesting stat for you, Caesar.
Oh boy.
So Sean Ross Sapp posted that this is going to be Nick Camarado's first Dynamite match since October of 2022, and it's his first Dynamite singles match since October 2021.
I'm not sure what's more shocking. That? Or that? That's like, what, a year and a half?
Dude, it's also crazy to see everyone online just losing their collective minds over the fact that Camarado is back. And look at him, too. Clean shaven.
When was the last time we saw him with, like, the... Yeah, there we go. When was the last time we saw him with the factory?
Yeah.
Like, where is everybody from that now?
QTV? I think he was kind of like working with them.
No, I don't remember seeing the QTV too much.
I think he just like teamed with Solo like a handful of times during that.
Like,
that was it.
Let's see. Aaron Solo's Solo. Nick Camarado's with Mustard Man, if he's there.
The mysterious Mustard Man.
QT Marshall or whatever his real name is. I can't remember off the top of my head.
QT
He's
Marshall.
gone.
He came back, but now he's in a backstage capacity.
No, I thought he was what's it called? I thought he went down south for a bit.
He made his return behind the scenes. He signed with AEW right now. He did leave for a little bit.
I mean, he's not like the best wrestler, but I could see him being a coach role at least.
Absolutely, that's what he was.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's so you could easily just see him doing that. Like, I'm not saying, like, I'm not trashing the guy, but like, I could see him being in that spot.
Yeah, for sure. And I do think it was still really cool to be able to see Nick Camarado again. I love those moments where we have the return of those kind of like niche, like jobber, low carders, whatever you want to call them. That you would see all the time on AEW Dark and Elevation. Like, it was nice seeing Camarado again. I hope that we get to see another Dynamite match soon for Serpentico.
I don't think so, but I think it'd be kind of cool.
Yes, so Nick Camarado gets destroyed by the Red Death, Daniel Garcia, while Daddy Magic is on commentary. Everything that you can expect. It was a showcase more so than anything for Garcia, but the biggest thing was it was being watched by some very important people, VIPs,
You know what?
MJF and Ospreay. Caesar, what was up?
Did you hear when I think it was Taz called out Daddy Magic? He's like, "Do you just like getting paid for doing this or something like that?" I was like, "Ooh." Just has to throw that out there in the open.
It's just messing him up. It's crazy. But we get to the finale of what we're going to be talking about with AEW Dynamite. We had dual promos. These boys, the Bang Bang Gang. We might not have the true Switchblade Jay White, but we do have the card.
Is he injured or is he just off?
He might be dealing with something. I don't think he's injured. I think he's just kind of taking a little break.
I'm hoping it's just a break. That'd be a good thing.
They're backstage. They do a little thing where the lights go out. They do the oogie boogie. We're so scared.
I still think it would have been funny as hell if they showed up.
Honestly, I was expecting lights to go out again and for them to be right behind them. So maybe they'll do a series of these, and then eventually, one day, the Reapers of the Trios division, the House of Black, are behind them. But they were calling out the house. You know, the house always wins. So they proposed a trios match for the 1-year anniversary of Collision on Saturday.
Did they say the belts are up for grabs?
They might be. I don't remember if they said for sure that they will be, but either way, it's going to be an awesome match to see from two original Collision teams.
What's that?
Remember, these are two original Collision teams as well.
Oh yeah, that is actually true. No, I was gonna say they need to separate those belts, like the AEW when they stay with the AEW guys and give the Ring of Honor to like a Ring of Honor team. Like, I'm sorry, but it just seems like a waste of time being on the show.
I agree with that. However, what I will say is I just love these guys with like 1 million belts.
No, like for now, yeah, keep it with them like that. But when they find an actual good team from Ring of Honor, put the belts on them, but keep the other 6 with the 3 of them or 4 of them.
They really need to emphasize more of the Ring of Honor belts on Ring of Honor TV and the AEW belts on AEW TV. But following that was the final segment of the night, which was Pac cutting a promo saying that, he might feel a little humiliated, but you know what? Pac is going to enter the Owen Hart tournament, taking on names like a Shingo Takagi, like a Bryan Danielson. And he is going to claim that title match at the end of the night at Wembley Stadium for All In. He wants that moment. And he also gave a little note that the Death Triangle has not forgotten about the Bang Bang Gang. So
do you think the belts are going to get taken off of them?
I don't know if they're going to be taken off them, but expect some shenanigans featuring Death Triangle, House of Black, and the Bang Bang Gang at Collision's 1-year anniversary Saturday.
Oh, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised one bit. And then obviously here's what I think they could have an interesting thing. If they put the belts on the line at Forbidden Door against a trio from Japan.
All right, why not? You got a lot of well-known trios matches in New Japan. That's how common way that they go about doing events. So hey, I can see that.
There's 2 teams I can think of right now from Japan that could try for the belts.
Yeah.
One being House of Torture, and the other one being Five Guys, or just Five Guys.
Five Guys.
Those are called, believe it or not. So I thought it was pretty funny. The Elite, or not the Elite, sorry, the Bullet Club, whatever they are. I don't know. I wouldn't put them in there.
Dude, remember when I was thinking Jack Perry versus Doki, and the crowd didn't care at all about Jack. They just wanted to chant for Doki. Like, that was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just random, too. That wasn't even really associated too much with a feud. That was like more of just a lead up to Forbidden Door. But speaking of lead ups to different things, it is time for our Jobber of the Night.
You really
Jobber
need your horn.
of the Night, we do, is powered by Monk.com. And hey, when you go to Monk.com for your own personal aromatherapy diffusers, remember that's MONQ.com. Make sure that when you order, you use promo code DSR10. That is DSR10. You're going to get 10% off your purchase of Monk personal aromatherapy diffusers. Different flavors. You can get happy, you can get focused, you can get fresh. All of those are fantastic. Personally tried it, personally recommend it. Go check out Monk.com. Use promo code DSR10. And hopefully me saying all of that gave us enough time for us to figure out who we are going to say for our Jobber of the Night. Caesar, would you like to go first, my man?
I mean, the easy way to take this would be to say Roosh's teammate, or his opponent, Roosman. Yeah. So I might want to say that for now, because it's hard to pick. Like, I'm looking at the list and I'm like, who do I pick?
This is a solid night, honestly, when it came down to like the matches.
You know what? Screw it. I have a whole bunch of megastars, but for a jobber, I'll take him. There.
Deon Roosman? All right, sounds good. So Mini Roosh.
Yeah, Mini Roosh got stomped by Roosh. So the question is, Neek, who do you pick?
Man, I gotta go with the one we just talked about. We're related by same first name. I gotta go with Nick Camarado. It was so cool to be able to see him again. I wish there was more for him, because the dude is like 300 pounds of solid muscle mass. Like,
I'd have to look it up. I'm not going to go and Google this shit in the next 30 seconds.
But yeah, so my Jobber of the Night will be Nick Camarado. Shout out to him. They really need to do something more with him. I remember too when he came on, like, he looked just like Bruiser Brody, honestly, when he had the full beard.
This may sound kind of strange, but they need like an actual division for like the dudes that are like huge.
That'd be awesome. They're like monsters or a super.
Like, actually call it a heavyweight division, like if you're over 280 kind of thing.
Yeah, honestly, give it. I've always loved the idea of like cruiserweights and the super heavyweight divisions. Both of those have a place in wrestling. Cruiserweights don't get enough love. People don't care enough about super heavyweights, even though you got all the meat chance now. So I feel like if you're going to, nowadays is the time to do it. You just gotta probably sacrifice a couple titles, Tony.
What could you sacrifice for a title? I'm trying to think now.
International.
No, that could stay.
Continental.
No, that could stay, because that belt gets challenged by people from out of the promotion. So
I just don't like that we have a Continental and an International. I feel like one of those needs a name change. Like, make one, like, even though we got the Ring of Honor version, make one the television title.
Was that in the TNT belt?
Kinda. They don't use. There's a lot of shifting around they need to do. They have a lot of titles, and some of them feel more redundant than others.
Well, I definitely agree with you about the international and the continental. Those two could be revised, I guess. Same belt, just change the name.
Yeah, that's the big thing for me. Like
Something.
Even make do like the continental title is like the classic title or something because you contested under those classic rules, so to speak.
What if they made the continental like a pure championship?
I dig it.
Like an AEW pure, but don't call it pure, but like call it something.
Yeah, something along those lines.
And then almost make it like the international championship. You have to actually be an international superstar to compete for it.
We do have our own championship that we'll be giving out. It is the Megastar of the Night Championship title. This is powered by comicbookclick.com. Go check it out for all your pop culture news, your wrestling news, your comic book news. Name it.
The question is, though, who is your Megastar? I'm putting you in the line of fire for the start.
I know. I deserve it this time around. Honestly, as I look through the list of names and I think about the visuals from tonight, nothing struck me more than Ospreay double belts.
Billy Goat 2 belts?
Billy Goat 2 belts.
Absolutely. Does that roll? Chat, is that roll?
I dig it. I dig that. Billy Goat 2 belts, let's do it.
Well, I mean, like that seems like an easy one. Billy 2 belts? No, that sounds like a cheesy cartoon.
Billy belts.
No, that just sounds terrible. I feel
Billy
like you
Belt
put 2 in there at least.
All right, so we got Billy Belt. That's my choice.
I don't know. I think you're right. Billy Goat 2 belts sounds like the best.
Billy Goat 2 belts. I dig it. I dig that one. So that's my Megastar. Caesar, who's up?
I've got technically 2. One's kind of a joke, but one's actually like a legitimate one.
Okay.
So the joke one is only because I have zero love for her opponent, and that's Zeuxis with her ability to destroy Mercedes and like rip up signs and crap like that. It was cool. When I grew up with wrestling, I grew up with like the basic era of like WWE, WCW, and like knowing some TNA here and there. And then it got super dramatic. I kind of slowed down for a bit watching.
Right.
So I didn't see too much. And then now that you see CMLL popping up, it's kind of cool to see these like so many different names popping out, like all these luchadors or luchadoras, right? Doras? Yeah.
Yep.
So it's really cool to actually see them popping out, especially considering how what's her name? I'm probably gonna butcher it, but Stephanie Valker, right? Valker? Is that how you say it?
Everyone struggles with saying that, just like
Zeuxis. So Stephanie's name.
Stephanie V. Steffi V.
Is it? Wait.
Steffi time.
No, I've written down.
No, it's have the game one.
It's cool to see these like women that are popping up on the map and the guys popping up that I have got no idea about them. And then from you guys, from the viewers and the show, I'm learning stuff day by day. So it was cool to see her. And then of course she was being a complete bitch and ripping up signs and being a bitch to people who liked Mercedes. If I'm giving an actual legitimate, like proper superstar, it was the 6-man with Riley, Briscoe, and OC against UK, Undisputed Kingdom and Don Callis family. Those guys were given like a solid like 15 to 20 minute match and said, "Go, do it, done." So, yeah, it was a very flowing show. And of course, we're still 2 weeks out from Forbidden Door. 2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. So, Caesar, would I be able to safely say that 6-man tag, that trios match, was your match of the night? Brought to you by the Dolphin Pod. Go check out all of Dolphin Pod's podcasts. Countdown to Infinity, Revenge of the Sequel. We got 3 First, Countdown Strikes Back. You name it, it's all on there. But most importantly, Dirt Sheet Radio. Go check out all of the past Dirt Sheet Radio flagship shows and make sure you go visit Dirt Sheet Radio's Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Go check out any and all of our content. Is that your match of the night, though, Steve?
I'm going to say that because the easy thing to say is to go with the Ospreay and Fenix match, but they're going to get shown all the time. But with the 6 they had in that one match, that gave everyone time to shine and go. There was not like a, dare we say, dead spot. It was just flowing, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll give that one to them. I'll give that one the match of the night.
Oh, I think that's a great choice. Honestly, if you weren't going to take it, I would have. And I feel like none of the matches, even the squash matches, weren't necessarily bad. Like this, again, like this match, this night flew by perfectly.
It was,
and yes,
yeah, I can agree. Like it, you there was not really like any like real dead spots. Like there were slow spots, but there weren't parts where you were just like, I'm gonna go over here.
Right. No, and like this is what I really appreciate about like those earlier episodes of Dynamite. I like it when you have the mix of these big, amazing star quality matches. Then you also got like the lighter ones where it's like taking out a low point guy, taking out a local jobber, just to advance certain storylines. I love that amazing, great mix, because not every match needs to be a 5-star banger. Not every match needs to be a squash. It's just right mixture.
It's also like I think you might have said it. I know John, he's not here because he's out taking care of stuff. You guys have always said it probably the best, where it's like all the way up into the actual show of the shows, like the main pay-per-view, the build-up could be complete garbage or really good, but when you get to the actual show, it's a complete blown out of water 5 out of 5 or like super good. So we just gotta wait till June 30th.
Everyone, exactly. I'm on pay-per-view, and everyone goes into AEW pay-per-view knowing that you're gonna get 5-star bangers. And I've always appreciated, and this is something I say week in, week out. So if you've been listening to this, you're going to hear me repeat something I've said a long time. AEW Dynamite and a lot of the AEW programming itself has just been a variety show. And that's why I love AEW.
Thank God.
Exactly. Just a little bit of everything. And that's what this show felt like, and this show had. And since you said that trios match, I'm going to take the other match. That main event, that finale, it was awesome, especially both guys landing on their feet like that. You know what I'm talking about. International title, Ospreay, Fenix. What a great match. That was fantastic.
They need to do that match actually on a card, like a pay-per-view, and get them like 30 minutes. Just let it go. Just let it go for a bit.
Absolutely.
But it's that time of the night.
To the final one. Our final segment of the night, which is the segment of the AEW Dynamite.
I'm just gonna be that guy to show, just because I can. Mina Shirakawa. Done.
I already took it. I didn't even get to talk about Cold Case Project, which is a channel that focuses on all kinds of disappearances, murders, and other cold cases. My brother Tony runs it. Go check out Cold Case Project on YouTube. If you are into true crime, there's a lot of binge-worthy content. If you want something that's 2 hours long, if you want something that, hey, if you want to fall asleep to true crime, be my guest, I won't judge. If you want to have something that really quick just to have on in the background for like a 30-minute walk around the block, do it. Cold Case Project, go check that out. My man Caesar, you said Mina?
Yeah, honestly, how can you not? Like, it's just entertaining listening to her promos, like even though like they're short little vignettes, and then of course at Forbidden Door, hell, maybe she's gonna take the belt and Tony's gonna get screwed over by Mariah May. We don't know.
That would be a swerve. I wouldn't expect that.
Freaking no, we gotta wait. But
right?
Yeah, Mina, done.
Bro, there were so many like good segments on this show. I want to give some honorable mentions to the Learning Tree segment.
The
Learning Tree. That's going to be an honorable mention right there. Right. I'm also going to give an honorable mention to the Shingo Takagi announcement. But my segment of the night is going to be that complete and utter brawl that we had between Roosh and MJF in the ring, through the crowd, in the back. We even had Glacier and the mysterious Mustard Cowboy.
Is he actually there? Chat, was he there? We gotta find that out.
Yes, no. Glacier was there, and I could see that much.
Yeah.
Camarado.
Even
funny because when this happened, I was at first like, "Hey, was that Camarado?" And then I forgot about it, and then Camarado came out for his match, and I was like, "What?"
Plot twist: Daniel Christopherson's gonna lose his shit soon. Have a full heel turn and start punching people out.
Absolutely. But hey, we went through the whole show. It was hour 20, so this was about the same time it usually takes us when there's 3 of us. But right before we get through to the end, I just want to say to everyone listening, thank you. We love you. It's been awesome. Huge shout out to Nico Extra for allowing us to be able to stream up on his platforms. You can go find all of Nico Extra.
Yeah, that's
shows
cool.
there at that QR code. Hey, while you're at it, Dirt Sheet Radio. This is what
That's
you've
the
been
one
watching.
QR code you should scan. Oh, those two.
Absolutely. Scan that. Our man John was out sick tonight, but hey, John, we love you and we hope that you get well soon, my man. Exactly. And honestly, I think we pretty much wrapped through all of this. But make sure you go and check out the Major Issues show every single Thursday, powered by Comic Book Click. Another one of those amazing Dolphin Pod shows. Your boy Neek's going to be establishing some more gaming content on Dirt Sheet Radio. You might have seen a couple posts. I talked about Halo. I talked about Minecraft. I talked about Fable. And we're going to have a lot more of that. And if you're into gaming content, hey, let us know. Feel free to reach out. Feel free to go and message Dirt Sheet Radio on our socials. Feel free to go and react and comment on all of those video game posts. We are looking to expand, just like we expanded, into pop culture. Again, like we said, with our second match jobber Megastar, exactly. We are taking over the airwaves. We have Cold Case Project. We got Monk.com. We are working with NordVPN. We're going to have that set up on the website.
Yeah, I want that. I heard about that.
Yes. So get ready for that.
Please tell me it's not like a 5% thing, or I'm going to be like shaking my head in shame.
No, it's a real good amount just for you guys. I've been talking with them, so we're going to be getting that all set up on the website soon. So expect that within a week or two, hopefully.
Make sure you follow Dirt Sheet Radio on Facebook.
Exactly. Follow Dirt Sheet Radio on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, wherever your favorite social media. The
question I got for you, though, before we sign off, is how often are we live? I forget.
Never. Never
we don't actually live stream. This is old video from 2 weeks ago.
But hey, guess what? Everyone, you can check us out every Monday night for the Raw Rewind. Caesar, who's on that show?
I am. And if you like listening to me babble, John is, Tyler is, and of course our new guy CJ is joining us every Monday. And then Tuesday, you
can go and check us out on NXT. Guess what? It's Wednesday. You've already been listening to the Dynamite recap show. You might have even been watching. Thursdays, of course, that means TNA. Also Rewind. Friday nights, it's going to be your boy Nick Larocco, John Escudero, CJ, Brittany, Mac sometimes, Mac content, SmackDown,
Mac
show,
Daddy content.
Rewind. Hey, don't forget too. Level Up, they're coming up of the night. They're the boys right there, Tyler and CJ.
It's the takeover. It's happening.
Exactly. Sooner or later, we're going to have all our heads on all of those images. But that's been us.
Woo!
Caesar, you got any last things to throw out there to our lovely viewing audience?
Thank you for hanging out with us for the past little while, and we hope to see you guys on the next episode next week. Don't forget, next week on the Dynamite, the first hour is commercial free for the MJF and Roosh match. It's going to be awesome. Hope you guys check it out.
Oh, yeah. We should make sure that the live stream is going to be commercial free, too.
Oh,
at least for the first hour.
Man, could you imagine if we had commercial free?
Hey, we're going to be having a full house next week. Rumor has it, not only will John be back, but a certain Mama Larocco might be stopping by and joining us.
Next week, specifically. Set your DVRs. Like, get a DVR and then set it.
Exactly. Who is the fourth person? It's my mom. So make sure that you go and check us out and visit and hang out with us next week. And rumor has it, tonight we might be doing another secret show. So tell your friends.
Make friends and then tell them.
Yeah. Hey, make friends in the chat. So yeah, everyone, chat, thank you for Caesar, for Nick, for John, for every single one of us at Dirt Sheet Radio. We love you. You're great. You're awesome. And we will see you next time. Peace out.
Commercial free too.